Did you know the body you will have next year is being decided this week? Do you know which decade determines what you're capable of in the next one? Is there a more convenient age you've been waiting for before this matters? The decade doesn't decide your body, the decision does. The issue is you think there's a better time to start. There isn't. Every season of ministry adds something to the body carrying it. Something will give way eventually. In this video, learn what your body is building right now, why the calendar was never the determining factor, and what changes when you decide to start from wherever you are. Number one, deposits decide the decade. Every decade of ministry is adding more cortisol to your body. Proverbs 24:10 reads, "If thou faint in the day of adversity, thy strength is small. Strength on the hard day is built before it." What's it in this equation? The hard day. The strength required for those hard days is built in the small, quiet times of your life. They go unnoticed, fly under the radar. They aren't huge moments in front of a large crowd of people. Today is one of those days, whether it feels significant or not. Significance isn't the point. The point is that you continue to stack those small days of strength. Smallness of strength in this verse refers to lack of preparation, not bad luck. Someone who faints when adversity comes never took the time to build their strength in those quiet moments. Cortisol keeps the account no matter the decade. No matter how old or young you are, it is keeping that account still. It may even be adding more to your balance right now. What gets deposited today is what is withdrawn tomorrow. This is never a straight one-to-one transfer, though. The withdrawal is always with interest. Most pastors like yourself only notice a problem, though, when a withdrawal forces them to. Being out of breath going upstairs, a health scare, breathlessness behind the pulpit, not being able to show up for your family in the way that you used to. Your body is now in debt to cortisol. To help with this analogy and see where you can improve it, you need to understand, is today a withdrawal or a deposit? Have you deposited more cortisol or withdrawn it? Withdrawing it isn't a bad thing by itself. You just need to have enough money in the account. 90 days can change how much you deposit, but also how much is withdrawn. If you improve your health habits, then you won't need to deposit as much cortisol, and you also won't need to withdraw as much either, meaning you stay healthier for longer. Picture your account a year from now if today keeps repeating itself. Number two, today's toil, tomorrow's capacity. Whatever you're building today is what you'll preach from tomorrow. Galatians 6:9 reads, "And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap, if we faint not." Due season is simply whatever season comes next. Whatever you sow, you shall reap. And the reaping comes a lot later than you want it to, in a way that you might not like. Whether you're ready or not, it's going to happen. What gets reaped depends solely on what you sowed during the ordinary weeks. It's not about the flashy, showy times. It's about those small, still times with God. Those boring but basic habits that don't seem to do much, at least not over the first week, but stretch from over years, and they produce a bountiful harvest. The reaping is coming whether you want it or not. You get to decide what kind of harvest you get. In this verse, you are guarding against weariness, not effort. And let us not be weary in well-doing. It's not about an absence of effort. It's about being weary whilst doing this. Take care of your body, allow it to rest, treat it well, and although you may get weary, you will recover. What you carry today decides what you carry next. This applies at 30 just as much as it does at 60. Your body doesn't have an internal clock. It doesn't know that you are 30 years old or 60 years old. It just knows the processes that you put it through constantly. It then produces a response based on what you have or haven't done. Your capacity is built in private before it ever becomes public. This is where most pastors get it wrong. Coveting the pulpit, coveting a congregation, a following, familiarity with the world, not understanding that all of this brings stress and often isn't within God's will anyway, but theirs. To get out of this rut, you need to ask yourself honestly, what is today's capacity building toward? Picture the season after this one that you're in specifically. Are the habits you're building now going to build a healthier body or a body that burns out suddenly? The gap between what you would ideally like and where you are today is what you are trying to close. Be careful, because what shows up today is what may show up later, uninvited. Be sure it's a good surprise. Number 3, stewardship starts this season. The decade doesn't matter, the decision does. The decision to steward God's property properly. Luke 16:10 reads, "He that is faithful in that which is least is faithful also in much." The body is the least you've been entrusted with. Faithfulness with your body now is what qualifies you to be entrusted with more later. Where God places you according to your calling is going to be affected by this. There's no version of much that escapes this step. God only gives you more if you steward the less that he already gave you. Least in this verse was never a dismissal. It's your proving ground. If God can't trust you with the least, then he can't give you more. You'll just squander it. This works both ways. A gluttonous, overweight pastor isn't stewarding God's property properly. But if that same pastor gets in shape and then begins posting their abs online, posing, doing all of this nonsense with their new in-shape body, then that's just as foolish. That is them also not stewarding their least all that well. The body is just the neutral ground. God just wants you to take care of it. Being negligent or being obsessive is the character flaw. Working with God to improve your health is the right way to go about this. You're never too late or too early with this. Your body has been keeping a cortisol account either way. Just because you're not aware of it doesn't mean it doesn't exist. Faithfulness begins where you are, not where you wish you had begun. It's why complaining about your congregation number being small, or the size of the church building not as big as what you wanted, or not having the house that you wanted, won't get you very far. Most pastors waste years waiting for a starting line that is already passed. With this in mind, what can you do? Start the stewardship. It doesn't matter the season you're in. It's going to be uncomfortable. Some of you may already know that you've wasted years not beginning. That's fine. The fact you woke up today and are watching this video means God's not done with you yet, but you have to make better choices. That discomfort is your beginning. It's not a sign for you to wait. In 90 days, your body can change in major ways that you hadn't ever realized. Don't begrudge the least that you have. Faithfulness in this least is still faithfulness. Your body was the first stewardship assignment that God gave you. Watch how your life transforms when you take it seriously. Number 4, right now, real results. What are you preparing your body to be able to do next? 2 Corinthians 6:2 reads, "Behold, now is the accepted time. Behold, now is the day of salvation." Now was always the operative word. Your body responds to your decisions, not the calendar that surrounds it. Your body doesn't care about the time that has passed. It doesn't know your age. Now is the day this gets addressed, just like if you said now for anything else in your life. Circumstances don't need to be perfect. This verse talks about acceptance irrespective of that. You can't place conditions on it. Your faith needs to be backed up by your works. Drop 20 to 30 pounds in 90 days, built from wherever you're currently standing. Not next week, next month, or next year. Now. God isn't looking for you to be concerned about perfect circumstances. There is no such thing. He's looking for your faith to activate, and then your works to prove the faith that you say you have. Start today with the schedule you actually have. The decade you are currently in has never disqualified the decision that you've had to make. All of this leads to an inevitable deciding for you to start building from right now. You can waste years, decades even, waiting for the perfect circumstances, for the right time to come about. Begin wherever you are right now. This is why those Boring small steps will always be the best way to start. Even years later, they're the best way to keep things going. Begin building the capacity that God needs you to have for the next season that He is bringing you into. The accepted time was never a future date. It's today. It's now. To recap, number 1, deposits decide the decade. Is today a deposit or a withdrawal? Are you depositing healthy habits or depositing more stress into your life? Number 2, today's toil, tomorrow's capacity. What is today building toward? Look 10, 20, 30 years in the future. Are the habits that you have in place today something that you want to keep, or do you want to change them? Number 3, stewardship starts this season. Start the stewardship. Your body was your first stewardship assignment. Start treating God's property properly. And number 4, right now, real results. Decide to start building from right now. Don't wait for a perfect opportunity. There is no such thing. Start today. I hope this video has blessed you. Remember, sin can't win. Embody the Son who won. See you soon. Lose 20 to 30 pounds in 90 days. Spirit, stress, sleep, serving, strength. Done with you in 90 days with the Sovereign Strategy. If you are ready to work, book your Sovereign session. Link in the description.